Today I'm going to show you how to master high-speed photography and capture the exact moment this cherry falls into water. Our aim is to capture the cherry once it's broken the surface of the water and submerged before it hits the bottom of the container. In order to freeze the action at the exact moment, we'll be using flash, as this enables you to capture a faster movement than your camera's fastest shutter speed. For this project, you'll also need a tripod to support your camera, a shutter release cable and a reflector. To create a tabletop studio, you will need a colourful piece of paper for the background, a clear container such as this glass vase which will be filling with water, and a colourful subject to drop into it. We've used cherries. The ones with the stalks still intact look the best. As with all high-speed photography, your camera needs to remain in a fixed position, so place on a tripod for full support. Now set up your DSLR for flash. Switch to manual mode for full control over your exposure settings. First we need to set the shutter speed to the maximum flash sync speed, which is usually 125th or 250th of a second. Set a narrow aperture of f8 to f11 to maximise the depth of field. Lastly, we're going to keep the ISO low for noise-free shots. To fire the external flash gun, we're going to use our built-in pop-up flash as a transmitter, with the camera acting as a master and our external flash gun set to slave mode. To set up the wireless control, go to the flash control settings in the main menu and enable flash firing. Select the built-in flash function. In the flash mode, select manual flash and then scroll down to the wireless function and select the option to trigger the off-camera flash only. The flash control menu also allows you to select and control the flash power output on your external flash gun. We set ours to quarter power. Now set your flash gun to the slave wireless setting. On our 600EX RT, we can do this by pressing the wireless mode button until we get to the optical slave setting. We also need to make sure the flash gun is set to the same channel as the camera. Once the flash is set up, attach its little stand and position it to one side. Enable Live View mode to help compose and focus your shot. As we want to capture the cherry just after it's broken the surface of the water, we need to focus a bit below. Grab a wooden spoon and pop it into the water-filled container roughly where your subject will fall and manually pre-focus using the 10x magnification button in Live View mode. To avoid capturing reflections, shadows and any dust or marks on our glass container, we're going to position our reflector's diffuser panel in between the setup and the off-camera flash. This will soften the light and produce even results. Make sure the flash's sensor can communicate with the camera, as the signal between the two is optical, so it requires a clear line of sight to communicate. Finally, if you have one, attach a shutter release to minimise any movement during the exposure. This also allows you to reach over and drop the subject into the water. Now with the scene set and the camera and flash in position, it's just a case of trial and error with the timings to bag a great shot. Don't forget to check the preview on the back to ensure the flash has fired and you've captured a balanced exposure, and then recheck the focus.